we're going to be discussing the Phoenix metro real estate market. And the numbers are going to shock you. Stick around to the end. You don't want to miss any of this information. Should these higher numbers of new listings scare anybody? I don't know. It's definitely time for everybody, buyers and sellers that is, to pay attention. Sellers, you need to know that now's the time to keep your property in tip-top shape. You have a lot of competition. Buyers, it's a great time for you to run numbers, unlock some doors, and should you find that house that you want to call your home, knowing that with this amount of new listings on the market, anything's possible. There's so many houses for sale. It would be a shame if you didn't get out there and open a few doors. Look at some properties. One unequivocally will be your dream home. There's no pressure to purchase one, but with this many houses on the market, sellers know that they're going to have to be open-minded when it comes to negotiating contracts. They want to put their house under contract and eventually sell them. Buyers, what a great time to see where you are speaking to a lender. If you see something that you absolutely love, let's put an offer in on it. Let's see what happens. There's nothing wrong with swinging for the fences. It's the American way. We're here to protect you, guide you through the process, and you're not going to move forward, sign anything until you're comfortable with what's going on within that purchase contract. It's just a good time for buyers to get out there. And it's also a great time for sellers to put their properties in the best light so buyers come around and want to submit an offer. That's how real estate goes. I love numbers, especially when they pertain to real estate. Let's take a closer look at closed listings. We can see by the numbers, we're up about 800 closed homes from last year. The problem with that is closed listings aren't keeping up with new listings. The only way to really solve that problem is to sell more houses. And how sellers do that, in my humble professional opinion, use the 3 Ps: price, product, and promotion. If you don't properly promote your property, certainly nobody's going to take the tour of it. And if you don't have that property in tip-top shape, when they take a tour of it, they're probably not going to be interested. And then it's going to come down to the almighty price, which is always negotiable. If you're looking for your dream home, perhaps an investment property or a second home here in the Valley of the Sun, then our new mobile app is for you. It's fast, it's private, it's accurate. Best of all, it's free. Go ahead, give it a try. This is the part in the video where I ask both buyers and sellers to click subscribe. It helps the channel grow. But seriously, this is actually the part in the video. No, go ahead, subscribe. That's pretty cool. But this is the part in the video where I go over average sales price. It's a pretty big part of the buying process. The price. Well, you can see by the numbers, the prices of homes in the Valley of the Sun have definitely taken a beating. So, buyers, again, when prices are down and inventory is up, what are you waiting for? Sellers, I don't think that you're in bad condition or bad shape, as it were. People are moving here. This is a great place to live, to call home, to have an investment property, or both. But when prices start to tank and inventory starts to rise, well, buyers, that's when you should be doing what I've been saying you need to do. Get out there and find your dream home. When we're hovering at 97 plus or minus %, that's a good place for us to be. Sellers, that means you're getting almost darn near exactly what you were asking for. And sellers, it means the market is holding relatively steady. What I'm going to be very interested in seeing is next month where exactly we are, being that prices are starting to decrease and inventory is increasing. Traditionally, that's going to alter the sold to list price ratio. Before I move on to the next statistic, I wanted to address a question that I'm asked all the time. Is now a good time to buy and or sell? The thing is this. It's not one size fits all. Right now, it is a good time for buyers to get out there and look at properties, talk to your lenders, and see where you are, again, buying power-wise. And sellers, if you don't have to sell, don't. If you want to sell, do it. Life changes in a heartbeat, and life is short, so you want to do what makes you and or your family happy. When it comes to real estate, purchasing a property or selling a property, it's a big deal. It's a high-ticket item, and you want to make sure you make the right moves, pardon the pun. So with all the facts and figures, there they are. Numbers don't lie. You want to make sure that whatever the results of those facts and figures are, work for your lifestyle. If now is a good time to buy, maybe you're moving here from somewhere else, then let's see what's going on. Maybe renting's the way to go for a little while to make sure you know that you want to live in this area or that area, that you even like the Valley of the Sun. Perhaps it's not for you. I love real estate and I love helping people, and that's not a sales thing. It's just what I love. So if you have questions, reach out, we'll talk, and one-on-one to see if it's the right move for you buying and or selling. We have to formulate the game plan that's custom fit for you. We'll use the numbers for or to your advantage, but again, it's not one size fits all. And okay, that's pretty much it. We'll go back to me talking about numbers, and they don't lie, but really what you need is to make sure that the game plan for you is the right one. And it's a great time for buyers to shop, and sellers, it's not a bad time to put your houses on the market or be selling your properties. You just have to make sure that you understand competition right now is fierce. The old month supply of inventory. In every video, I know that you've heard me say a healthy inventory is somewhere between 2 months low, 4 months high, mean average 3 months. That's not going to change because that's what I know to be true. As you see inventory piling up and you see prices decreasing, it's definitely advantage buyer. But hang on, seller, I'm going to give you a tip that will help you. And potential sellers, this actually is more to your advantage now because you haven't actually put your home on the market, but it's going to work well either way, potential sellers or sellers. Do yourself a favor, get a home inspection now so you can address that honey-do list that maybe you should have done over the years, but now you can do it before a buyer actually calls it out via the home inspection. And that will save you a lot of time and money and probably stress when an offer comes in and an inspection is done and the buyers again ask for certain things to be addressed. This is the whole point to this tip. If in fact you address these issues prior to a home inspector going in, they're not going to find any of these issues because you already fixed them, making your house in a better position than perhaps another's who will have to make these repairs. And sometimes buyers get a little nervous when they see a list. And if you can address some of these issues before the house goes on the market, or if your house is on the market before an offer comes in and a home inspector for the buyer finds these issues, you're going to be ahead of the game. And that's what you asked for, to be ahead of the game, ahead of the competition. So buyers go with your property and call that house their home. With the listing success rate still being a shy over 70, I'm okay with that. When we see markets where it's 60s or 50s, that's when we listing agents have to have a pretty serious talk, letting them know that the chance of success right now is 50%. That doesn't mean the next door neighbor's house is going to sell and yours isn't. It just means we really got to have that house in showroom ready condition. That's what the houses have to be when the listing success rate starts dipping below 60, 50, 40. Holy cow, 40. I don't want to even think about those markets again. It's important that you understand exactly what I'm talking about. And when the listing success rate is still 70%, well, I get it. 3 out of 10 aren't selling. 7 out of 10 are. I like those odds. Last but not least, well, it's definitely the last statistic we're going to go over. I'm not sure it's the least. I love days on market. Kind of gives us an idea of how long properties will take to go under contract. I don't always bet the farm on that number because sometimes it's property specific. Some properties and locations are just going to move quicker and some are just going to take a little longer. But I guess that's why they call it the average days on market. However, when you're thinking about selling your property, or if you're selling your property, you definitely want to have an idea of what the average days on market is so you can plan properly. And again, I know I said it earlier, but if you follow the 3 Ps, price, product, and promotion, and everything is in line, then you should be able to use the average days on market for a guide of what's going to happen when we put that Mr. Rogers Homes for Sale sign in your front yard. If you like this video, make sure you check out this one. I'll see you over there. Until next time, take care. God bless America. I'll talk to you soon.